Why blimps could be the future of air travel. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to Nano 10s. In today's videos, we're going to talk about why blimps could be the future of air travel. Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. What if you could fly with a fraction of the carbon emissions on a conventional airplane? What if you could cruise through the clouds with almost zero noise? And what if you could board your aircraft without first having to navigate a sprawling airport and all its associated infrastructure? That's the elevator pitch for a new generation of airships, the retro-futuristic blimp-style vehicles that might just revolutionize air travel in the coming decade. Dotted around the world, companies from small startups to aerospace giant Lockheed Martin are building lighter-than-air modern-day Zeppelins with a broad range of applications in mind. One British company, Hybrid Air Vehicles (HAV), recently laid out plans for a series of short-haul flights that would enable city-hopping trips aboard its Airlander 10 craft. Proposed routes include Liverpool to Belfast, Oslo to Stockholm, and Barcelona to Palma. And per passenger, HAV claims the carbon footprint of such a flight would be less than a tenth of the same journey in a conventional jet plane, because helium is used as a lifting gas to get the craft airborne. 3/4 of the carbon reduction almost comes for free, says Mike Durham, HAV's chief technical officer. It's helium keeping us up, so we only need fuel from 4 combustion engines to push us along. Conventional airplanes need to burn fuel to stay up as well. Artists' impression of the Airlander 10. Of course, without a jet engine, airships are considerably slower than modern planes. HAV says its proposed Liverpool to Belfast route would take 5 hours and 20 minutes, although a similar journey by ferry would take more than 9 hours. As the world slows down in response to COVID-19, and as we grapple with how to reduce carbon emissions from air travel and freight, airships may offer viable alternatives, and not just in passenger flights. Hybrid airships are touted for airdrops, search and rescue, eye-in-the-sky command centers, and tourism. Imagine a bird's-eye tour of the North Pole or Great Barrier Reef. Some believe luxury airships could even become playthings of the super-rich, decadent floating mansions that offer the same status as a luxury yacht. The most practical application, however, lies in freight. I've long believed that hybrid airships would be the best place to disrupt global shipping given their volumetric capacity, the increasing desire to rapid delivery of goods from overseas, and the fact that their speed and operating costs would enable faster delivery than by ship, with a proportionally lower increase in transportation costs, says John Paul Clark, professor of aerospace engineering at the University of Texas at Austin. Lockheed Martin Airship. International shipping doesn't have to be fast, so transporting food or chemicals by airship could save significant carbon emissions compared to large freight vessels at sea. Yet, for all their green credentials, some argue that helium-powered airships are not the future of green transport. The main source of helium production is oil and gas extraction, says Julia Hunt, a researcher at the International Institute for Applied Systems Analysis in Austria. If the main driver for a future airship industry is to reduce aviation CO2 emissions, a helium-based airship industry will have to rely on a functioning oil and gas industry. It does not make sense. Hunt has proposed using the jet stream to propel airships at far greater altitudes than something like the Airlander plans to fly. But if helium, which is also a non-renewable resource, isn't the answer, then it raises 2 alternative H words, both with rather negative connotations: hydrogen and Hindenburg. In 1937, the most infamous airship that ever flew exploded mid-air and crashed in front of photographers and filmmakers, killing 36 people, powered by flammable hydrogen. The crash was a PR disaster that contributed to the demise of airships as a popular mode of transport. That was over 80 years ago. However, most in the industry believe hydrogen's comeback is inevitable. Hydrogen is the obvious alternative to helium, says Clark. It can be produced greenly and more cheaply with each passing day. It has an unfortunate reputation due to the past accidents, but we have learned a lot over the years about how to handle hydrogen, especially in transportation settings, and it is now being used to propel cars, trucks, and aircraft. Airlander 10 interior. So what's it like to fly in an airship? According to Durham, a trip on HAV's Airlander would be a lot smoother than modern flight. It's a low noise, low vibration, low turbulence cabin space, where in many operations, you may even be able to open a window. It's also got floor-to-ceiling windows, so the ambient light is different as well. The cabin has a lot more volume per passenger. Clark and Hunt both doubt that airships offer a viable alternative to short-haul flights, citing issues like wind variability and logistical issues, but Durham remains optimistic. There will be sweet spots that work for our products, and there will be spaces that won't work. It's probably not going to work for long-haul flights, he says. I think they have a place to play in society moving forward. The human race is going to have to come to terms with the fact that we cannot spend our time rushing and tearing about the place, ignoring the planet. Lighter than air travel has a part to play to support that drive to become greener. And that's all for today, folks. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing videos from us.